Hi everyone, and welcome back to another predictions video for the 2025 Oscars. Award season is well and truly underway, and this month's predictions take into consideration the recent nominations for the Golden Globes and Critics' Choice Awards, the Oscar shortlists, and of course general Oscar buzz. So let's get into this month's predictions. To start, my Best Picture predictions remain the same, with The Brutalist, Anora, Emilia Perez, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Wicked, The Substance, Nickel Boys, Sing Sing, and A Complete Unknown. I was very tempted to switch out Nickel Boys for A Real Pain, as that has been gaining a lot of good traction in the past month, but I think I'm going to hold for now and see how things take shape. To pick a winner, I would say The Brutalist or Anora. However, I feel like there's going to be some late surge for Conclave. Best Actor also remains the same, with Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, Daniel Craig for Queer, Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, Timothée Chalamet for A Complete Unknown, and Ralph Fiennes for Conclave. I was thinking of switching one of these guys out for Sebastian Stan in The Apprentice, but I couldn't decide who to remove as they're all very strong performances that are getting a lot of buzz. But I think Sebastian Stan is going to be a major threat as he's been campaigning hard and hitting the round tables for both The Apprentice and A Different Man, so watch this space. In Best Actress, I have Mikey Madison for Anora, Carla Sofia Gascon for Emilia Perez, Demi Moore for The Substance, Angelina Jolie for Maria, and sadly removed June Squibb for Thelma and replaced her with Pamela Anderson for The Last Showgirl. I think it's more likely that Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here will get nominated over Pamela, but I can't help but love the narrative and buzz around Pamela's story and resurgence right now, and she too is out there campaigning pretty well. For Best Supporting Actor, I have Denzel Washington for Gladiator 2, Guy Pearce for The Brutalist, Edward Norton for A Complete Unknown, Yura Borisov for Anora, and Kieran Culkin for A Real Pain. I think this one is between Yura Borisov and Kieran Culkin, with Guy Pearce threatening. For Best Supporting Actress, I have Felicity Jones for The Brutalist, Zoe Saldana for Emilia Perez, Isabella Rossellini for Conclave, Ariana Grande for Wicked, and Selena Gomez for Emilia Perez. After the Golden Globes nominated both Ariana and Selena, I think it's very plausible that it'll happen again for the Oscars. Out of the two, Ariana is more likely to win, and I think is a clear favourite for most people. However, I wouldn't count Zoe Saldana out of the race just yet. Predictions for Best Director remain the same as last month. I have Brady Corbett for The Brutalist, Sean Baker for Anora, Denis Villeneuve for Dune Part 2, Edward Berger for Conclave, and Coralie Farget for The Substance. In original screenplay, I have The Brutalist, Anora, The Substance, A Real Pain, and September 5, which means I've knocked off challenges from my current top 5. But with the hype around A Real Pain, I think it's locked in for a screenplay nomination, so I had to add it in. And for Best Adapted Screenplay, I have Conclave, Sing Sing, Emilia Perez, Dune Part 2, and Nickel Boys. Getting into more of the technical awards now. For Best Cinematography, I have The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, Nickel Boys, Conclave, and Nosferatu. I think Nosferatu will get a few more nominations than anticipated. I can see the Academy getting behind it, especially for the technical categories. Best Animated Feature remains the same as last month, with The Wild Robot, Memoir of a Snail, Flow, Inside Out 2, and Moana 2. After all these films were nominated for a Golden Globe, I think that this is a pretty solid list. I'll only change it if something like Wallace and Gromit has a big lift over the next few months. Now that we have the shortlist for International Feature, I've predicted Emilia Perez, I'm Still Here, Flow, The Seed of the Sacred Fig, and How to Make Millions Before Grandma Dies. Emilia Perez is the clear favourite, but I'm excited to see if any of the other films can make a bit of noise and hype. I know the following for I'm Still Here is growing online every day. For best makeup and hairstyling, I've kept things the same as last month and gone with The Substance, Wicked, Dune Part 2, A Different Man, and Beetlejuice. The Substance should and will win. Let's just give them the Oscar right now. For best costume design, I've predicted Wicked, Dune Part 2, Gladiator 2, Conclave, and Nosferatu, and probably Dune or Wicked will win. In best score, I've predicted The Brutalist, The Wild Robot, Challenges, Conclave, and Emilia Perez. This is Challenges' best and probably only chance to win something, and I still think it's the frontrunner here. In best sound, I've gone with Emilia Perez, The Wild Robot, Dune Part 2, Wicked, and then Blitz. Thinking about how in this category the Academy historically awards films about war, and also how Dune won this award in 2021, I'm thinking this year Dune Part 2 could win again, but Emilia Perez also feels like a likely contender. And for best song, I've gone with Mi Camino and El Mal from Emilia Perez, Kiss the Sky from The Wild Robot, Compress, Repress from Challenges, and Like a Bird from Sing Sing. For best production design, I've predicted Conclave, Wicked, The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, and Gladiator 2. And for best editing, I've gone with Conclave, Anora, The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, and Emilia Perez. Finally, for best visual effects, I've predicted Dune Part 2, Gladiator 2, Wicked, Twisters, and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Like most years, I don't predict for documentaries or shorts, as I know nothing about them and never get the chance to see them. So there are my predictions for the 2025 Oscars for the month of December. So far, the award season has been pretty interesting. We've got a lot of films that are comfortable and we know will get a good amount of nominations. But to me, there doesn't feel like a clear frontrunner or a favourite like we've had in previous years with Oppenheimer or Everything Everywhere All at Once. Everyone says something different for who they think will win big, and everyone's minds are changing all the time. But I think that's a good thing, and I'm looking forward to seeing how things shape up, especially after the Golden Globes in early January. As always, let me know your predictions in the comments below, and if I don't do another video before Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and thank you for listening in.